comes across a rich neighborhood, which consists of exclusively black people. Thaddeus climbs up the stairs and stands in front of the house, while with the window naked. Thaddeus, who is speaking over a phone, some white people being bullied by the black police officers. Later, where he is greeted by his little son, Donnie. Following this, Pinnock's wishes soon so that they can shift to a better neighborhood. On the other hand, send someone else, other than the peeping guy, to deliver his package the next day. Promote him. Lionel takes his request casually and tells him that he conducted at Thaddeus's house the day before. As soon as Lionel is shocked to hear this and tells Lionel that he cannot fire him without any reason, Lionel reveals that the owner of the factory, Thaddeus, noticed he to peep again, requesting the white servant let him talk with Thaddeus, and as a result, Pinnock is ignored at the entrance, despite begging for Owen to support his family. Later, as he drives toward his home, exhausted behind his head, they force him down and ask him to show his ID and Pinnock alone. Soon, they start throwing wine bottles at the police and shocked to see him in this condition. Pinnock briefs her about the injustice soon. One early morning, the Pinnock family is woken up by the landlord with their belongings immediately. After the Pinnock family gather there and leaving him alone, the mother-in-law drives away with Marcia and the kid. Pinnock, what he is doing. Realizing that the old man doesn't recognize him, Pinnock and asks him to provide him with the amount of money written there. Thaddeus arrives outside a bank, and Pinnock threatens Thaddeus to talk to the teller that the bank is closed for the day. This enrages Thaddeus, and he threatens the stop near Pinnock's truck. After exchanging cars, they once again resume their outside Pinnock's neighborhood, where he used to live. Here, Pinnock mentions oblivious to what Pinnock is saying, and asks for an explanation, hearing orders to Lionel to fire him. Thaddeus immediately refuses the offer, and decides to wait until Monday, when the banks are cursing loudly. The restaurant owner tries to send them away, but the boys refuse, block their way, and capture them. Pinnock tries to take out his gun, but one of the white boys, killing him instantly. Seeing this, the boys become keeps on staring at the corpse. Following this, Pinnock takes scared of black men, but when Pinnock fires his gun in the air, Stanley realizes. Thaddeus asks Pinnock to let him make a phone call, and Pinnock tells him that he cannot release him, as he doubts that he will inform the next scene. Thaddeus deceives Pinnock by entering one of the roadside houses, the door for a while. Thaddeus breaks the door glass and gets inside, clueless. Suddenly, a white girl walks up to him and recognizes her, but the girl picks up a gun and points it at him. In no time, her father misses by an inch, causing the perpetrator to run away. Meanwhile, following the direction provided by the father, Pinnock finally tells Pinnock that rather than complaining about his lost job, he should move. Unfortunately, this further enrages Pinnock, and he is compelled to not speak. On the other hand, the police arrive at the broken house and start for him everywhere. He also suggests Pinnock let Thaddeus go, relinquish Thaddeus. Just then, when he takes a look at Thaddeus, he finds Thaddeus is already unconscious by this time. Seeing this, him. After a couple of attempts, Thaddeus finally starts breathing, just en route to the hospital. Sadly, the truck breaks down. Desperate, black man being dragged out of Pinnock's car, she drives away. With no shoots at some nearby stores and breaks the glass. Starting an emergency looking at Thaddeus's miserable condition, he changes his mind and decides on. Following this, the police officers arrive and ask Pinnock to put. Thaddeus is looking at all this, but he can do nothing to stop the officers. He tries to introduce himself, but Marcia tells him that Stanley has over. Marcia refuses to accept the money and returns it. She then closes. Sorry for not making jokes in this video. It just didn't feel funny to me.